Kirka besides me? Good. Okay, perfect. We got a good. You got a good basis then. Let's see. What shall I talk about tonight? I love talking about Richard. One of my favorite people in the world. My partner is the one who's recording right now, and he's the one who's laughing. He laughs the loudest at my jokes, and I love it. That's why I would bring him. He's heard all my jokes before, poor thing. Even the bad ones. If he doesn't laugh at it, I know it's not worth doing in front of you guys. Because, like, he laughs at everything. Alright? Like, all I have to do is say, like, you can never pay too much for scaffold. Right? Is that funny? It's hilarious. Because there's like a 3-hour story that you need to know to find it funny. But like, he already knows it because it's been 11 years. He's heard that story 3 times. When we started going out, his nickname was The Worst. Not from me. This was his best friend's nickname for him. And I started to worry about his self-esteem. So I started calling him the best. But I'm always making typos. I do typos, and I also do tacos, which is when you say it out loud, you say it wrong. But I was always doing typos, so I would always, instead of calling him the best, I would call him the BESY. So that's our thing now. He's the BESY, I'm the BESY. We're all the BESY. No one's the worst. But, so warm up here. This sucks. I wore a dress so that it would be cooler, and somehow it's warmer. And I used to wear a dress, like my dresses don't have pockets, which is annoying. But like now, in my 40s, I have discovered I shouldn't buy clothing that doesn't have pockets. But I'm not buying things now, so now all my clothes already don't have pockets. So what I'll do is I'll wear shorts underneath, right? This is where my pockets are.
There you go.
Try going to a professional workplace. Where you're like, hold on a second, let me take that note. Suddenly people's eyes get really wide. And because I don't think about these things, I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with them. Anyway, let's continue to pull up my pants as I'm walking around. I like to go over stories, like go over situations in my head over and over again. So when I first started working in a public place where like people would talk to me, people would be like, hi, how you doing? And I would walk away. Oh, I was supposed to talk to them. They spoke to me. I was supposed to talk to them. Okay, next time that happens, when someone says hello, I'm going to say hello back. So the next day I come in and someone's like, hi, Katie. Hi, how you doing? Shoot, there was someone supposed to go after that. Okay, they say, how you doing? I'm going to say, how are you doing too? I'm good, how are you? This is how I learned to communicate. I was in my 20s, learning how to have conversations one day at a time, one sentence at a time, slowly building it up to the point where you can't make eye contact with me without it becoming a long-term relationship. I walked my child to school because we lived close enough to school when he first started school that he didn't qualify to get on the bus. And I'm cheap, so I'm not going to drive him to school. It's a 10-minute walk. We're walking. Actually, it's a 6-minute walk for me. With my child, it's a 15-minute walk. The first year was a lot of, come on, we're running late. Before I realized, however long it takes me, it takes my child 3 times as long. And that is math that I think all parents should be taught in those Lamaze classes. Like whatever you think you're going to do, it's going to take 3 times as long. However much sleep you think you're going to get, you're not. The rest of your life. You think you're going to get 8 hours of sleep a night? 8 hours of sleep for the rest of your life? Maybe. This is what I wrote down I was going to talk about tonight. I like talking about how my partner and I have this. Wait, there's no clock going.
Oh no!
Oh, what?
I wanted to check to see how much time I had left, and I was like, oh God, it's off.
You have all the time now.
I have all the time in the world. I'm just going to keep talking. I like, my partner and I are very role reversal. One of my favorite things to say to him is, you'd be so much prettier if you smiled. And he's so pretty when he smiles. But when we first started going out, I owned my own house. He didn't own a house.
No.
Eventually, we talked about having kids, and I was like, don't get a vasectomy. Please, I want a child. So he didn't get a vasectomy. But one of the things he did request before we had a child together is that we had to live together, which was really annoying to me. This is my house. You can't live in. So I did eventually let him move in, but I wear the pants in the family.
Mhm.
I make all the decisions, specifically about whether or not we would be monogamous or not, whether or not we would get married or not. Both of which, no. Frig that. I don't like either of those things.
Woo!
That's my polyamorous boyfriend right there. When we started going out, I demanded that we be polyamorous. So I was like, I don't want to be monogamous. I don't believe in monogamy. It's not for me. And he was the first guy in 30 years to be like, what a cool idea! Which kind of pissed me off. Which was the theme for the next 4 years of our relationship. Him being super positive, and me getting mad about it, and him getting confused, and me getting mad about that. After a lot of therapy, I've discovered he's not the worst. I am, though. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying. I taught him about compersion. Does anyone here know what the word compersion means? No? Okay. Compersion. You know. I'll taught him. Now I'm going to teach you. That's what I do. I teach everyone about compersion. Compersion is feeling happiness from someone else's happiness. So, I would do something and I'd be happy about it, and my partner would be happy that I'm happy, and then I'd get pissed off at her being happy. It's not fair to him. That's the first 6 years of our relationship. Not fair to him. One thing. Anyway, apparently that's my time, so I'm just like,